All right, good to see everybody this morning. We've got some folks here visiting with us from Nissan, so they're not strangers. You just may not know their faces, but I'm glad everybody's here this morning. We're going to talk about Regal Nissan 2.0 this morning. If you've noticed, maybe you haven't noticed, we've been doing a lot of social media blasts or social media posts and an email blast and talking about some highlights in our dealership's history, our company's history. 38 years ago in June, we opened as Regal Datsun. And we opened with the slogan, the dealership that's different. And the difference really is our people. And it's in our operating philosophy. Dad, when he and Alan started the dealership, the operating philosophy is that the greatest asset our company can have is the human asset. And so with that, we're going to talk about some things today. In 1996, around the time the Olympics came to town, some of you may remember that, some of you may not, we were in need of a new car sales manager. And so our friends at Nissan recommended a name, and I brought that young man in and had an interview with him, and it's the only interview I've ever conducted where I got choked up and got emotional. And the reason I got choked up and got emotional is I was talking about Steve's dad, Kent Vaughn, who had been a long-time employee here, a parts manager, service manager. He'd even been involved in used cars at one time and had been there with Dad and Alan when they started the store in 1980. And I talked about how Regal was like family. And talking about Kent, I just got a little choked up. And I was like, that guy's never going to come work here. And the guy's crying in his interview. But I hired that guy, and he was an integral part of our success. And no small part of that was our global leadership in EV sales. Today is another momentous occasion in our dealership's history. This gentleman's going to be welcomed back as our executive manager. It was no light decision. This is the first executive manager we've ever had that's last name that wasn't Scott or Martin, two of the people that helped found this company. So it was not a light decision for me, but the time is right. The timing is perfect. I'm ready. He's ready. And hopefully y'all are ready. But without further ado, I'm going to introduce our new executive manager, Lane Crider.